Hi everyone, Marvel DC fan here with another ranked video, and this time we're going to do something a little different because, 2022 has been a thing. um, so, yeah, 2022 as a whole, it's been great for stuff that got released. I'm really digging, the movies that come out, the games, whatnot. And as far as just everything else goes, like, could have been better. But, it is what it is at the end of the day. So we're doing a ranked video, but I'm doing something a little different because I'm going to be going over my best and worst lists for 2022 in general. Just stuff that I've watched, stuff that I've played. Kind of giving you a ranking of, where I'm coming from with it. And, yeah, so I have three per list and then also an honorable mention, too. So we're just going to go through it. And, yeah, we'll start with movies first because there was a number of them that I've seen and some others which I kind of missed out on, and that kind of thing. Yeah, let's start with the good movies first, and I'll start with my honorable mention because just kind of whatever at this point. But I went and saw Bullet Train, and I went with my dad to see this one during the summer, and this was probably like one of the most fun movies of that year. Like I really digged it a lot, and yeah, there was a lot about it which really resonated with me. So yeah, I like the cast, I like the characters, just the setting is fun, the action was really good, and I only saw it the once, but I would definitely want to rewatch it again in the near future. And like, I think this is made by the same guy who did Deadpool 2, or at least somebody on that team. Yeah, because this one was a lot of fun. And if you're into that kind of high octane action, then you're definitely gonna like this one for sure. Yeah, so as far as my third pick goes, I'm gonna go Sonic 2. I really dig the first Sonic movie. I'm a fan of Sonic in general. I already made a video about this, so if you want to watch my full thoughts on it, then it's on the channel for you to see it. As far as just everything else goes, I think this is a much superior film in general to the first one. There was a lot that was improved here with story, characters, and whatnot, and it's just fun. It's just fun, and it really takes you back to playing the games, and it does it in a way that works. Like Jim Carrey steals the show as Eggman for sure. Like he really does a fantastic job. Same with Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba, and I forget the girl's name who played Tails, but you know, just that cast alone was great, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future with Sonic as far as movies go. Yeah, can't complain. So next up is Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick was something I was kind of hesitant about at first because usually when they do legacy sequels like this, it just never really pans out right. So, actually, my dad was more excited to see this than I was, but we did plan on seeing it. We did watch it like a day before. We did watch the first Top Gun a day before, just to have it, fresh in our minds, and it would really help because, it definitely accentuated the experience, and Yeah, the movie was very high octane. It was really like entertaining. You know, one of the best performances by Tom Cruise I've seen in a while. Like he did a good job. The cast overall, Miles Teller, the new kids, like all of them were really fun. But yeah, I think this is just a great watch over like just the whole for the whole year. One of the best movies that have come out, and I think it is in your part to watch it. I really recommend it. So as far as my number one movie, come on, come on, it was expected that that it would be this. It's the Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman movie. Just about everything was picture perfect for a Batman movie. I like the action. I like the fact that Batman does something other than punching people. You know, he's actually a detective. You know, I like the Riddler up until the end. Like, the cast overall is fantastic. I kind of wish they used Alfred more, but that's, you know, something for the sequels to do. Just about everything. Like, there's not a whole lot about that movie where when I think about it, I think that, you know, it was much too negative. So yeah, I don't know what else to say other than that. I highly recommend you check out our podcast episode about it over at the Speaking Nerd podcast, because we go in depth on that movie, and you know, it really gets into all the, you know, pros and cons I have of it. But yeah, just stunning overall. I loved it so much. So let's get into the bad movies. So honorable mentions first, and I know I'm probably going to get shit for this. So the first one I have is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever as my honorable mention. The reason why I have this in my bad movies is because while it is a loving tribute to Chadwick, there's just a lot about the movie which I didn't care about in hindsight. Like the story, the characters. Like it had some really good emotional beats. And of course they had, you know, the general Marvel comedy and setup. But I left the theater and like the next day I barely remembered what I just saw. Like, it's sad to say this, but the trailer was a better experience than the movie itself. That's a shame too, because I really like Ryan Coogler, who directed it. He directed the first Black Panther. Like, I really like his movies. I liked the first Black Panther. I liked his. I watched the first Creed movie. I haven't seen the other two, but he really knows how to direct a good movie, and to see what Wakanda Forever kind of turned into it's kind of sad, honestly. But yeah, it's not terrible by any means. It's just kind of there. It's fine. That's the word I would describe it. It's there. I'm probably in the minority, but you know, you can't do much. Like, there's really nothing to say else about it. So on my actual list for third place, I have Black Adam. Yeah, Black Adam was just kind of, it was just like mid is the is the word I would use. I went and saw this by myself one night, and while I enjoyed it to an extent, there was just a lot that, like, I didn't care about when I really thought about it. Like, I think performances are fine. I didn't really care much about the characters, even for Black Adam. I didn't care about what's happening with the story. I didn't care about the bad guys at all. Like it didn't leave a lasting impression on me. And to be honest, I wasn't really like hyped for this movie in any way. I mean, I've talked about it on the podcast a number of times, but like when I watched the trailer, like the general thought that went through my mind was, okay, it's just like it's there. It's just kind of like with Wakanda Forever. It's just there, and there's not a whole lot that wants me to come back to it at the end of the day, which is sad. I know, but people have been asking if the hierarchy of the DC universe changed. Not in my eyes, it hasn't. So we're just going to move on to the next of the list, which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the Netflix film, which was trying way too hard to be Halloween, and it failed at it. It really did. It's so terrible. Just about everything that I saw was bad. They do the Laurie Strode thing where they bring back Sally as the kind of, gun-toting, protagonist trying to kill Leatherface. And, they got these awful, teen cast. And the scene that'll always stick in the back of my mind when I think about this movie is them on the bus, and the guy pulls out his phone with an Instagram live telling Leatherface, "You're gonna get canceled for this." like, what am I? At that point, you're just like, "What the fuck am I watching? Why is this here? Why is this a thing?" Yeah, I watched it once, and I'm probably never going to watch it again. It just left that impression on me, and yeah, it was terrible. So moving on to number one, and I mean, even the studio realized how much of a joke this movie was because they put it out on April 1st. It's Morbius. It's fucking Morbius. Like, so terrible. Everything about it is just the worst you can possibly be with a superhero movie. I remember when Venom came out in 2018 and everybody was comparing it to, Daredevil or Catwoman or like any of those really terrible superhero movies from the mid 2000s. And no, this Morbius is a much more fair comparison than fucking Venom ever was. Yeah, this is just bad. This was just horrible. Jared Leto was awful. Like, I don't even remember the rest of the cast besides Matt Ryan or one of the Doctor Who's who just does a sexy dance because memes, right? Like, yeah. I don't need to speak anymore why it's terrible. Yeah, don't watch it. Just please don't. Just leave it be. Let it die wherever it is. And with that, let's move on to video games, because there were some really, really good video games. And actually, you know what? It was kind of hard to pick. It was kind of hard to pick a list of bad games because there were so many good ones that came out this year that I played. And I mean, I didn't play everything, but I played, a number of games for sure. So let's start off with my honorable mention, which is Evil Dead, the game. Now, the reason I'm putting Evil Dead here is because I didn't really get a whole lot of time with it. Maybe an hour at the most I got with Evil Dead. And I haven't touched it since. So, but I liked what I played as far as, single player stuff goes. As far as the multiplayer, I haven't tried that either, but I am willing to, getting the right group of friends together, because I've seen gameplay of it and it does look like a whole lot of fun for sure. Yeah. Yeah, really enjoyed my time with it. Probably gonna try and get some more time in there. Hopefully get some multiplayer matches while it's still, while the servers are still up and people are still talking about it. So, yeah, Evil Dead, it's good. Okay. Third on my list, and this might come as a shock, but I'm putting Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed as my third. Now, I fucking loved this game from beginning to end. It was a beautiful recreation, just like the 2020 game was, or the first remake, I should say. The story still held up. The voice acting was still funny as ever. The jokes just landed in all the right ways. Graphics were amazing. Gameplay still as entertaining as ever. I think part of the reason why I put it in third as opposed to higher up is because I was already feeling a bit of fatigue when I started playing it. Yeah. I know that's kind of weird to say, but after doing the Destroy All Humans review back in August, I played it early October and I definitely took my time with it. Took about, you know, a month's worth of time to play it, but I did enjoy it. Uh, like I said, I did enjoy it from beginning to end, and there's still things I need to do as far as like 100% goes and whatnot. So, but I'm gonna pick that up later on. But yeah, still really enjoyable. So, yeah, I'm gonna move on to my next pick. My number two spot is TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Now, the reason why I put this in second place was because it was such a breath of fresh air from all the games I played prior, like that had come out in the last few years. Like, this just felt natural. It just felt exciting. And once I picked up the controller, I just couldn't put it back down. And it was so much fun. Like that whole playthrough was just entertaining and so much fun, exciting, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Once I have a Switch again, I'm gonna buy it on Switch and play it again there because I feel like because I bought it on PC, and I feel like I should get my console some love with some TMNT Shredder's Revenge. So yeah, fantastic 2D beat 'em up. An amazing successor to Turtles in Time. If you've not played it yet, go check it out. Yeah, so go do that. And the my number one is God of War Ragnarok. Oh boy, this one I was excited about since I finished it all the way back in 2018. Yeah, I fucking loved God of War Ragnarok. Just about everything, the story, the characters, just what they did with Kratos and Atreus was phenomenal. And the Game Awards just happened, and I was so excited to see all the awards the game had gotten. From Christopher Judge to even accessibility. Am I upset that it lost Game of the Year to Elden Ring? No. Yeah, because I know how much of a monumental achievement that game was. Even even still, but yeah, I love just about everything about it. I can't really think of any issues off the top of my head, but just playing through that was fantastic, and even that was a little bit of fatigue too, because I played God of War 2018 back in the beginning of the summer for the LP, so that was another one I wanted to kind of take my time with, and yeah. Okay, so we're getting into the bad games now. And this was a really hard list to do because I like there was a lot that were like I just remember not like these aren't really necessarily like terrible games. It's just these ones were bottom tier of the year that I played. So honorable mention MultiVersus. I played it the week it came out and have barely touched it since then. And like, you know, as it's continued on and gathered updates, like it's not a bad Smash clone at all. It's just kind of there. And yeah, I just played it recently for a video for like over for the Speaking Nerd crew, and I was thinking of talking about it for for the Look At series at a later date, getting into MultiVersus and you know, talking about it some. But yeah, not a bad game at all. It's just there's not a whole lot really compelling me to pick it up. But like I'd rather play Smash right now than play MultiVersus. So yeah. Okay. Third on my list is Sonic Origins. Now, this collection I was really worried about because I okay, I went into it in depth on it in a video, which I did with AJ, and that was fun. But yeah, Sonic Origins. I mean, I really liked that they brought Christian Whitehead's versions of Sonic 1 and 2 to console, and Sonic CD also. They also made a completely new version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which was pretty cool. What kills me about this game is because there was just a lot of shit surrounding it, which was very weird, and it's some things they, you know, kept over from Sonic Colors Ultimate, where like music tracks as DLC, interactable backgrounds as DLC. Like they're charging they're charging like $5 for you to just have some extra pieces of music and such. Like it's just weird. It's so strange why they would lock this off behind a paywall. And also the glitches. There were a number of bugs and stuff that I ran into after I did my video, because I did try and play through them, and yeah, it was not good. Some of them were just kind of minor, and some others were like near game breaking, or like just soft locking or something like that. It was not pretty at all. But yeah. Anyway, for number 2 is Destroy Humans Clone Carnage, which was the multiplayer DLC type whatever thing that came out alongside Destroy Humans 2 Reprobed. Now, the reason why this is on my list was because I got maybe like 3 matches with other people, and that was it. Also, too, it's just like there's a lot that is just like like it's the same challenges as the main Destroy Humans game. Like that's all it really is. That's all it really boils down to. And they're, you know, they're just packaged as like $15 DLC. Well, now it's free, but I paid like $12 for this, and all I got was just the same challenges and stuff. But now I can play it with another player. So, you know, same races, same all that, and there was nothing really new about it, and yeah. No unique modes, no like outstanding stuff. It was just kind of there. So that was upsetting. But number one on my list is Gotham Knights. Now, this game is not necessarily bad, as far as mechanically and all that kind of stuff. The issue I'm having personally is that I tell myself that I'm going to play it again and I'm going to beat the story at the very least. But every time I reach for the controller, there's just something telling me not to do it. And I still haven't. I still haven't gone back and played more of it. I don't know what it is. It's just a switch is turned off. And I'm just like, nope, I'm going to play God of War instead. I'm going to do that. So, I just better do that. Yeah. Because there was stuff that I liked. Like, I liked the combat and stealth I didn't care about. Graphics were okay. All that. And, it just kind of turned into that. So, that's a shame. Alright, now let's get into some TV that I watched. So we'll start with the good and then, get into the bad. Ooh, there was some real stinkers, mainly from Disney, but anyway. So, alright, honorable mention, Andor. The only reason I put this here is because I haven't finished it yet. I've made it at least 3 episodes. And I thought it was good. Probably one of the better, Star Wars stuff that I've watched this year. So, other than that, yeah, that's all I can say. So third on my list is Ms. Marvel. I had a good time with this one. Just the whole way through. It wasn't the best Marvel thing out there, but it was very entertaining. I really liked Kamala and just how the show was in general. I still think the weird Green Lantern power that they gave her was a bit out there and a bit weird. But, I like how she visualizes everything around her and just daydreams about shit. Daydreams about the Avengers and whatnot. That was pretty cool. And, yeah, I think Kamala just is a fun character in general. So, yeah, not much to really say about the show. I enjoyed my time with it. Next up, for number 2, is the Cuphead show. Now, I am a big fan of Cuphead. I played the game multiple times on multiple consoles. I played it on PC. I played it on PlayStation 4. Planning on playing it on Switch. I haven't played the DLC yet, but that looks like a lot of fun. Really challenging for difficult stuff. But when I heard that they were making a show, I was instant hyped for it. And I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. Just everything, they nailed it 100%. And yeah, I don't typically watch much Netflix anymore. I just find there's a lot that just doesn't really interest me. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see more of it in the future. But the crown jewel of TV for this year for me was The Boys, season 3. I love The Boys. Yeah, the whole season was just a roller coaster ride of emotions and feelings. The only real problem I had was the finale, because it just kind of missed the mark a little bit. But the rest of the season was insanely entertaining. Hero-gasm. Need I say more? Fantastic overall. I love the story of where the characters go, how that kind of develops. I love Soldier Boy. seeing the origins of some others like Stan Edgar and others, it was a really great season in general. I really digged it, and yeah, can't wait to see the next season, what they do with it, and also the Gen V TV show. That should be fun, for sure. All right, getting into the bad. Honorable mention, Halo. I watched 2 episodes, and this was bad. It was really bad. I only put it on my honorable mention is because I haven't finished it at all. I just made it those 2 episodes, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to see more of this right now. The weird thing is with Halo is that my interest in Halo has been kind of all over the place. It started back during the Bungie era, Halo Reach particularly, and then 343 happened, and I didn't play on Xbox, but like as their games came out, it just watching the story online, like it was kind of hard to really care. And this show, like it looked like they were putting a lot of effort and, love and affection for the franchise in it, and they fuck it up. So, I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't think I want to, but yeah, it was bad. So, the third on my list is Obi-Wan. Oh boy, this one was a bad one. Yeah, there were just so many things about it which rubbed me the wrong way, and like even though it was fun to see Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen again, like just the story that was here was very bad. I didn't like what they did with Obi-Wan. I hated Princess Leia with a passion. With Darth Vader, like, it was off-putting, and then just, like, all these new characters they introduced. Like the one of the sisters didn't give a shit about it in any way. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a big fat mess. And definitely not going to watch it again, for sure. So, yeah. Anyway, so number 2 is She-Hulk. This one I was kind of on and off with because there were things that I liked about it. Like, I liked Jen. I liked some of the comedy that was shown. Daredevil was fun. And then, like, it just suddenly turns the other way and it becomes cringy, like a cringy just mess. And, yeah, I managed to finish it somehow. And it's probably one of those things where it's just like, probably not going to watch it again until I need to review it. So, who knows? Who knows, man? So number 1, and this might come as a shock to some people, but my worst TV show of the year was Moon Knight. After the first episode, pretty much everything went downhill from there. And that's a shame, too, because I was really excited for Moon Knight. I never really read much Moon Knight. I only knew the character through, like, other media. So, like, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, that kind of thing. And I wanted to learn more about this character and maybe get attached to him a bit more. Because I think Moon Knight as a concept is really cool. As a character, like, I didn't really know much about him. So I was hoping the show would kind of give me some insight and, make me want to read some Moon Knight comics. It didn't do any of those things. It just, like, the first episode was really cool because it was, like, basically a mindfuck of an episode, and I thought that was how the whole show was going to be, but then it just turned into your standard superhero thing, and, it had maybe one good episode after that with the whole flashback, episode thing. But after, like, most of that was just like, most of the show was just bad. Like, I wanted to turn the TV off. I wanted to turn Disney Plus off and delete the account if I could, just so I didn't have to watch any more of it. And yeah, it's such a shame too. I'm hoping they fix up, like, if they ever do a season 2 or whatnot, I hope they just fix all the issues that I had with it, because it's terrible. But yeah, that's going to be it for 2022. My ranking of 2022 as far as media goes. As far as the channel, we did pretty good for videos. The first few months didn't really have much content, and then we got the computer back, which was great. I was so happy to be making videos again. And then we got the PC, which I was really happy about, because then I could actually make reviews again. And we did a good number of them as far like reviews. We did the Marvel Marathon, all 5 of them. We did Destroy All Humans. The next one that's coming out, Mario Brothers, or New Super Mario Brothers, and I have some more planned for next year, which I'm really excited about. So, yeah. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all. I hope, in the comments down below, tell me your favorite piece of media from this year, and also just how your year went in general. I'm hoping it's positive. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Be sure to follow me on all my social media, which you can find in my channel descriptions: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Twitch. All of that is readily available to you. And yeah, be sure to tune in to the review coming out. I put a lot of work into it, and it's a game that I am very fond of. So if you like Mario, then watch the video. But anyway, until then, I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.